going to be starting in our first game. And here we go. It's going to be SortOf in state on the side of the Kimchi and jars, and Lucifron on the Mista on Los Pollos Hermanos side. Mista being on the English, one of his best civilization. Lucifron being on the French, his probably undoubtedly best civilization in the game as well. SortOf playing as the French and State as the Mongols. So really, really interesting. On this map, Wetlands, we do have the market positions right in the corners. So Mongol trade, definitely an option here in this game.
Yeah, and the way that the forest spawn generally can make it like kind of safe in a way, right? Obviously, you need your teammate to do a bit of work, a little bit of walling, right? And sort of in state, do have that position where if state does manage to get, you know, the silver tree to the left corner and maybe his other market to the south corner, like that would be behind sort of. So state could be in a pretty good spot to do some Mongol trading early, and then just leave kind of sort of to wall that south corner for him. But on the other side, what are we seeing?
We're seeing Men-at-Arms coming out and actually SortOf not having any food under his town center right now. What is this? A lot of idle villagers right now early on. What's he gonna do with that? His scout is only just now coming back, and that hurts. That really, really hurts. You can't have something like that happen. But sometimes it does happen, and he actually spots out the Men-at-Arms. So at the same time, Mista is coming with the early Dark Age Men-at-Arms push, and this is really hurting SortOf right now. Not only did he make a mistake and not have any food under his TC, but now his gold is also being denied. Actually, gets one of those rare gold mine spawns that's in range of the TC, so not all is lost. Does now send 3 additional villagers over to gold just in order to secure enough gold to go for that age up. TC is once again going to be able to fire upon the Men-at-Arms, and Men-at-Arms should not be able to get too much damage. And here, second Men-at-Arms is going to come in now.
Yeah, this is definitely going to slow him down quite a lot now, because these Men-at-Arms can take a decent amount of damage, and he's already short on the food, so this garrison time is actually kind of expensive, although he gets a lot of value there. But this is quite expensive for him, and he has the sheep under TC, but the gold just going to come in. This is that's really brutal.
Did he just lose a villager? I think he just lost a villager there on the gold. No, actually, it survives with 1 HP. That was a close one.
Man.
2 HP. Close one, though.
But, I mean, you could just see the difference this Dark Age has had, though. Yeah. Like, School of Cav already going up on the other French, right? Lucifron feeling good, feeling comfortable. Mista in a really good position already, though, denying this even further. And it's like, even if you do get the School of Cav up, where are you going to get gold? I mean, this map does have a lot of nearby gold, so you could go to the left, go to the north, right? There's a lot of space, but, like, nowhere that the Man-at-Arms can't follow if they keep coming. But we'll see. Spicy
more
opening
coming
here.
in.
Yeah,
this is so tough. That villager can't go back to the gold mine. He has to retreat, and still no age up coming in yet from SortOf. He's actually going for an outpost now on his gold, and that's a lot of investment, and even more Men-at-Arms coming out. Mr. just putting on a lot of pressure right now on SortOf, and he's not going to be able to go up anytime soon. Lucifron also, lucky spawn with the back gold there in his base. I mean, SortOf, he had the same option with the gold on the left side. Wasn't in range of the TC, though, but I mean, just right now, Mista making more use of the gold position here. All the, just the gold position.
He uses the charge. He's going to snipe that. Oh, he pulled back his Man-at-Arm. I think he should have stuck it, but that's okay. Able to delay the tower a little more. The tower will go up, though, meaning the gold will be relatively safe for the time being. Meanwhile, a tower looks like it's going to get dropped around the back. There is a Vil for the Mongol player, yeah.
State being able to deny that gold, but at the same time, Lucifron doesn't care. He's just going to the front gold, to the gold in the front of his base, and he'll be fine. He'll just gonna get the gold up from that place, and he's gonna make some knights, and there aren't that many spears right now. There's gonna be a couple more spears coming from the bottom. But in theory, if Lucifron gets to like 2-3 knights, he's gonna be able to even take fights against these spears.
I wouldn't even be surprised to see him just run to that Vil and snipe it if State gets caught slipping a little bit there. If he's not fully careful, he's gonna get the bounty though. So the Dark Age is going okay for State, but the Knights are coming out, which is not what you want to see if you're in the Mongol position here.
Now first Knight is out on the field. Tower is going up. I mean, Tower not really getting any value here right now. Both players on the side of the Kimchi jars now aging up. The School of Cavalry has been delayed plenty, and actually looks like Mista is having a relatively even age up time here compared to SortOf, even after all of that investment in the Dark Age.
Yeah, this has worked out for him so well. Those Man-at-Arms paid off so much. The value there was actually insane, like so good. So a really good opening there, and these Dark Ages just going to matter so much for this game. So it's going to be really tough. As the one knight is there, I think we saw another knight actually rallying to the south, so they might try and put some pressure on the gold of sort of again, as there's a knight gonna rally there. Meanwhile, the Khan gonna do a little bit of poke damage.
Yeah, there it is. Royal Knight heading towards the gold of SortOf. Just trying to annoy the French player as much as possible. Yeah, that's an outpost, but actually the deer is a little bit exposed there and might be able to snipe the deer. Actually, no, 5 spots inside that outpost gonna be just good enough for that villager to hop into.
Yeah, Lucifron though, idling that economy again of SortOf, so SortOf kind of feeling the pressure here. This is never like a great feeling when this is you, but State getting some value in. Ooh, gonna charge it with the spears, but the spear charge hits one of the high HP vills. The men-at-arms from Mista have made their way here, even though they're low HP, getting some value against these. And meanwhile, the mill building the tower,
not going down. It's not gonna go down. The men-at-arms didn't go for it, and now that outpost might go up. And with an emplacement, that's gonna be in range of the gold.
I don't know if this works though. Do we have any longbows coming across? The longbows look like they might be going forward. There's one, I think, rallying forward nearby. Spearman bracing. Oh, but
villager goes down.
Oh, huge!
That's huge. Yeah.
And look at that. He didn't even really lose HP on the knights. He's still basically maxed out on these knights, so doesn't need to rush chivalry by any means. And here comes that one longbowman we see on the field. There's another already trained by Mista, and just 1 or 2 longbows here will completely deny that tower.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
really
very
cool.
unlikely to go up. I think there's another villager being sent out now from State in order to finish that outpost, and yeah, it's gonna be questionable if that outpost is actually gonna go up.
Yeah, but then there's gonna be 4 knights on the side of Lucifron pushing that gold of SortOf, and he's not gonna be able to access the hunt or the gold unless he gets enough knights out himself. He's got 2 now. Doesn't have a 3rd in queue, so SortOf really feeling the pain here. There's just going to be 5 knight suit on the side of Lucifron, and that knight count really does matter when the map is this open.
Oh, potentially on the villagers, and there we go. Boar attacking the villagers here from Lucifron. Really annoying. Actually, 1 villager going down. Now he realizes, does pull back the villagers. Gaia just really fierce
the
on the map right now.
Not going to get microed in time. Ooh, this is really dangerous. But, Stake just going to lose some spearmen, and the longbows mean he's not going to have the villager in time, so he has to build a tower further back. Really dangerous. Meanwhile, a raid on SortOf.
Yeah, all the villagers on that wood line, they're all low HP. If the knights dive there, every single one attack, and I don't think SortOf knows this. 1 villager going down, 2 villagers going down, 3, 4, 5, 6 potentially? Oh, doesn't go for the 6th one. That's so 5 villager kills there. Incredibly huge at this early stage in the game. Losing 5 villagers, that's like losing 20% of your entire economy, 25% of your entire economy going down there.
And he only had a few knights, and all he gets with his knight is he kills 1 longbow. Meanwhile, the other longbow able to slowly poke down these spearmen. Although some archers out.
Yeah, single archer here from State, but he's just gonna get lured into the outpost. Oh, actually, does get a villager kill here on Lucifron's villager that has 1 HP.
Oh, that's always fun.
All these in this wall.
Looping back into the wood line is Lucifron. State potentially in trouble there. Nope, he backs up. Meanwhile, the spearman for State running in again under the tower. Just gonna dive there, taking a lot of punishment.
That outpost is unlikely to go up in time here, and looks like Lucifron is aiming for those deer villagers. There we go. Another villager, very likely to go down here. Yeah, it does lose 2 more villagers. 15 villager difference, 9 minutes into the game.
Yeah, and he's probably going to try and lure this knight into the woods and shank him. At the same time,
2 more villagers just died somewhere on the side of the Kimchi jjigae, so there must have been another raid on the woodline, I think, on the side of SortOf. I think there's another knight there that was just roaming around on the woodline from SortOf.
Yeah, this punishment is huge, and we saw the deer stone, so there's not really a huge comeback mechanic. If they do get like a good feudal age position, they can't just like fully incorporate a few trades from the silver tree. So Mongols kind of losing a lot of their flexibility threat, and there hasn't been an outpost here for so long that like he's just barely in range of the Yamura, so. Just diving this tower feels so bad, but he just feels like he has to do it. And, ooh, a bit of a mistake with the young garrison. He's going to lose 2 vills for that. Only 4
Yeah,
garrison,
but
but
now
we
there's
have
TheMista also with the aggression on SortOf once again. Sends the longbow's over, and this outpost might go down now.
Oh, I think I said that at Eris. It definitely doesn't, but yeah, this is super painful. Longbows poking in on the gold, have to fall back, but they have enough army here to just fight State's army.
Yeah, they definitely do. Knights just dying to the outpost there. There's a couple of knights from SortOf, but SortOf with his economy right now, he's just not able to produce any knights. We now see him actually switching into horsemen just because he has no real access to gold right now.
Yeah, Lucifron forgetting about 2 knights there can matter quite a lot, but oh, it's not really enough here for SortOf to get an advantage where they can dive Lucifron and Mista's eco here. It's really exposed, and he's gonna try and pull the boar again.
Not gonna happen now with this many longbows here from Mista. Else, I mean, he would have to sacrifice his Khan if he actually intend to do a boar pull there.
Mista setting up shop on sort of his woodline as well on the north-south side. So we kind of have a tale of 2 French where they both just kind of get pressured, both get aggressed on, and it looks like sort of just taking the losses across a lot of things, and they've got a little army there on the left as well. So as State patrols the front, Lucifron and Mista patrolling the back with it looks like maybe 2 knights in their little longbow mass. Fight onto finally Mista take some damage, but not going to be enough.
Really tough pressuring the English. They have just so many defensive bonuses that allow them to hold really, really easily against these, well, I'm just gonna call them weak types of aggression. Only a couple of knights there, and even they're just gonna get picked out now with the spears and the longbows there. Khan potentially going down here. Just one more shot from the longbows. Not gonna get that one off though.
Yeah, it's really smart, and I love if you're paying attention to the minimap. Notice that Lucifron and Mista just did a full sweep of the back. They just made sure there was no trade. They stayed there for a long time, and it was really smart to do that, I think. They really just didn't want to let that happen. I think that was good.
Yeah, I agree. 100% agree. Just, you gotta make sure that your opponent isn't trading, because you're getting a lot of villager kills here, but if it's something else if your opponent is trading behind that. But if you make sure that your opponent isn't trading, then you can be sure, okay, we're in a good position now. We can actually be on the aggressive here, or like keep being on the aggressive and not fall behind too much because of the trade. That's a big army from State here, though, and he is aging up with the Step Redoubt now. But at the same time, that's a good amount of longbows here, and State can't remain here for much longer. He has to fall back.
Yeah, he's playing super aggressive, trying to take good positions, but there's just not enough knight support, and the English army is just so much better at this stage, right? Especially in the numbers, right? The numbers here being huge. Gonna dive for the Vil kills.
Looks like
I don't know
Lucifron
if this
got
is
tech
worth
salts
2
as well.
Vils.
Yeah, I think
It's not even
Lucifron
2
grabbed tech
Vils.
salts as well at some point, so the villagers, they barely take any damage here. It takes so long for them to go down.
And the Step Redoubt gets
No tech
denied.
salts, actually. But does have the Pierce armor on them.
The Step Redoubt getting delayed also hurts so much, and the longbows could just
no.
camp there. Oh, that is so devastating if you're on the side of State. Los Pollos Hermanos just looking so good now. Like, this position feels
Yeah.
like it's just so decisive.
All the military that State makes also just get sniped immediately. Villagers that try to go to the shoreline fish also getting sniped here. And now we're almost 20 villagers ahead for Los Pollos Hermanos. And also military, 4 times the military on the side of Los Pollos Hermanos. 20 more villagers, 4 times the military. This is just looking like a slaughter right now.
Yeah. The one thing they had going for them was that State was going to go Castle Age behind the aggression. And just beautiful micro there. Look at the coordination with Lucifron and Mista, not letting those knights get value there, trying to build a tower to defend the Step Redoubt, but I don't even think that's going to matter. It sort of just calls the GG. GG indeed.
It makes sense
what
to
it
makes sense to call GG at that point in time. That was just a slaughter there. Man, that was really, really well played from Los Pollos Hermanos. And the Kimchi jjigae, we can really see here the villager graph for SortOf. He was just getting bullied, just downright bullying there with the villager graph, just getting sniped everywhere.
You could say a lot of this has to do with the gold placement, right? Like, English got a lot of value with the man-at-arm, and then Mongols tower rush, like you said at the start, right? Crackedy didn't do anything. Like, he got the spearmen in the back, burned the mining camp, and the whole time, Lucifron was just on the other gold mine. Like, on the front, and then they just never effectively punished that gold mine, so the knight count for Lucifron was always way higher than SortOf. sort of just under so much pressure. Then the big game-ending movement, I think, was really when the Knights came in for that second raid on the woodline and killed all the low HP vills. Really brilliant stuff there to recognize that's where he put the low HP vills. I guess assuming the sheep were all out and stuff at that point. So just oh my gosh, just every little part of this game, every little detail felt just perfectly executed. It didn't seem like there was a big strategy mistake on the kimchi
Hmm.
enjoyers. It just seemed like, I mean, maybe drushing on this map where there's 3 golds. I don't know though. That's not a mistake, right? That's just how you play. Like it, I don't know.
I
Like
think it's
what do
just
you even
the
do?
I think it's just the strength on these civilizations with these players. We talked about it earlier, just English being the best civilization for the Mista, and the French being the best civilization for Lucifron. And they just really showed it there. Their reactions to these to the Dark Age aggression from the Mongol player, absolutely perfect. The early men at arms coming out on top, onto sort of there. Also, just incredibly delaying his economy there, just doing a lot of damage really early on, and ensuring that the game continued in the favor of Los Pollos Hermanos there. I think that overall, I mean, it's also really tough when you're in sort of position there and you have idle time under UTC and you're getting idled for that long. It's really tough to be in a position where you can just consistently produce knights, and it just never got to that point for SortOf, and he just wasn't able to keep up with all the pressure that was put onto him.